Hello everybody, we're your hosts, Kyla and Azura. You're watching Saika Ichigo Kimshiro Arclight.
There are new videos every week. Welcome to the channel. Thanks all for watching.
Hello everybody, I'm Saika Ichigo Kimshiro Arclight, and today I'm working on my part of an art trade with the amazing StarsDen. So yeah, first a little bit of setup to how this all began. I was just working on some random drawings. I actually got a lot of drawings in the work. Only one ever Speedpaint though, so if you want to see those drawings, you can go to my DeviantArt, and I also now have an Instagram, but more on that later. But anyway, all of a sudden I was looking at my characters from my Vivaldi series, which if you want to see those characters, I got a Speedpaint posted up on YouTube. I'll link to that. But anyway, I was looking specifically at Estate and Inverno, and I thought they would look really cool in my friend StarsDen style because she has a really nice style, and I think I just thought they would look really cool in them. And so I asked her, and to my surprise and joy, she said yes. I was really happy. I get really happy when people whose style I like and my friends say yes to my art trades, so that was fun and just nice to hear, especially considering the fact that she agreed to do both. I wasn't sure if she would be able to do both. Like, I wasn't sure how busy she was. But anyway, I'm meandering. Words. What are they? Anyway, so yeah, she asked me to draw her characters, Hayla, I think I pronounced that right, and Dan. So yeah, I totally agreed, especially considering the fact that she was drawing me two characters. I definitely wanted to draw her two characters. It was only fair. So yeah. So I quickly came up with this idea of them kind of at Amusement Park, mainly because a year ago I wanted to do an art trade. I did an art trade with her, and I drew her characters, Hayla and Dan. No, I get names mixed up so much. I kept on getting these characters' names constantly mixed up in my head. So last year I drew an art trade with her, and I drew her ever OC, Kayla, and Matt. And I went to draw them in Amusement Park, but I wasn't really that skilled. I came up with some ideas like a teacup ride or a roller coaster, but I just wasn't skilled enough to do it. So I just drew them sitting at a piano, and then I did it again when I was drawing her Christmas present. So yeah, that's what I came up with. But I wanted to revision the idea of Amusement Park, and I had this idea of her sitting on a carousel horse and him taking a picture of her. Mainly because I'm still not skilled enough to draw a roller coaster, even if it was just the cars in it, and I definitely don't think I could do a teacup. Maybe sometime in the future, but not now. And also, I really, really love carousels. I usually get the name mixed up with Ferris wheel, so if I say that by mistake, I mean carousel. But I love carousels. They are so much fun. And to be honest, there's no ever ride that amuses me more. Like, I go to the zoo and they have this carousel, and I am the only adult. Well, I'm technically an adult in age, although I don't act like one at all. I just act like a giant kid. But anyway, I'm not that tall anyway, so I don't know why I said giant. But anyway, I love them, and so I wanted to draw one finally, and I can only draw one from a side view because I'm not that good at drawing horses, and I'm definitely better at traditional drawing horses than digital. So anyway, I wanted to draw her on carousel and him taking a picture of her. I got the idea of him taking a picture with her because I saw him holding a camera in one of her illustrations, and she actually told me he's a photographer, or he takes up photographing. So yeah, it will all work out fine. Also, I didn't know what else to do with him because I didn't think I could make two ponies. So yeah, that's basically what I decided for. And I gotta say, I really do like how this drawing turned out. And the one thing I'll say, if you've noticed, I'm actually using Clip Studio Paint, not Paint-Tool-Sai. Now, I'm still always going to use Paint-Tool-Sai. I love that program to death, and it's my baby. And even though it's not as cool as Clip Studio Paint, it definitely is easier for me, so I'm always going to use it. But I really, really wanted to give Clip Studio Paint another try. The reason why is because a couple of weeks ago, yeah, I think it's a couple of weeks ago now, Hyann, the amazing artist, please check her out if you haven't. But I've mentioned her several times, so I think you know who I'm talking about. But anyway, she did this hair tutorial, and it was so amazing. I loved it. She told you how to draw hair and how to color it. But anyway, in the description, she released this potato fun pack, which came with a PSD file, wallpaper, full resolution, and also brushes that you could download and put into Clip Studio Paint. So I totally bought that. It was very cheap, only $5. Yeah, I totally bought that, and I really wanted to give these brushes a try in a full drawing. I've kind of played around with them, but I never did a full drawing with them. So I was like, this is my chance. To be honest, I don't usually use ever programs for art trades because I want to be very familiar with what I'm drawing with, so that way the drawing will turn out the best. But I don't know, I felt really confident in doing this. I felt like I could do it, and to be honest, I did pretty good, and I'm really happy with how the line art turned out. The coloring, I wish could have turned out a little bit better, but it definitely wasn't bad. Especially considering the fact that if you compare the last time I had used Clip Studio Paint fully, it was for this drawing of Canal from the anime Demon Slayer, and I was just using Clip and pretty much for the first time for a full illustration, and for some reason I decided to record it and post it on YouTube. But anyway, yeah, I was just using Clip Studio Paint. I only opened up Paint Tool SAI once to copy and paste things over and over again because I knew it would take longer in Clip Studio Paint, and it wasn't like cheating, it was just me copying and pasting. But for the entire drawing process, I just used Clip Studio Paint, whereas this, if there was something that I was really not sure about drawing, I just did it in SAI, although I did really try to stick to it, but at the same time, I wasn't like making it an iron law that I have to use just Clip Studio Paint. So that made it really enjoyable to try out this drawing. And like I said, I'm really proud of the line art. Hyann brushes were so fun to use. Like, obviously, I know just having the same brush isn't an instant, oh, I'm going to draw exactly like they will, and it will turn out the exact same, because this dent, Hyann can still draw hair way better than I can. But it was just really fun to draw with her brushes and stuff. But, yeah. I think I'm losing my train of thought. It's still... Well, I woke up early. It's not early anymore, but it might be early for some people. It's 8 o'clock. But anyway, yeah. I guess the one thing I would say with Paint Tool SAI that I still like better is the selection source. I cannot figure out the selection source for nothing on Clip Studio Paint, and I know I'm dumb on certain things like that, but I've mostly figured out the selection source by myself on Paint Tool SAI, and I did look up videos explaining it, and looked it up on the help, and looked it up on tutorials, just watching people do speed paints in Clip Studio Paint, and I couldn't figure it out. Like, I know how to adjust it, but it's still not adjusted to where I want it. And yeah, so that's the one thing I definitely like more. And because of my computer and it's being sucky, my the computer still runs Clip Studio Paint really slow, which is another reason why I kind of hesitated to make this a speed paint. But it was just like, because I knew it would be nonstop humming, and it was, because my computer felt it was being overworked, even though it wasn't. It was just recording while I was drawing. But, yeah. Which also proof that I did feel really confident in doing this, because usually I don't like to record art trades. I always kind of feel bad, because, ISL, she recorded her art trade with me. She did an amazing art trade with me. I literally jumped out of my seat when she agreed to do an art trade with me. That was the best. That was like really fun. But don't get me wrong, I love drawing art trades with my friends. But it is always just weird when your senpai notices you and your senpai follows you. So yeah, that was really fun. But anyway, I felt bad because I couldn't record my drawing because I wanted to get it perfect. So I just I didn't record it because I get nervous when I'm on camera. Even though if I'm not talking, I'm just recording. I still get nervous because I can't really feel like I can think properly because I'm just trying to make sure I'm recording because, you know, you gotta make sure the camera's running and all that stuff. But anyway, I get nervous, so I don't usually record art trades, but I felt really confident in this drawing and really comfortable. Like, Matt and Hayla's designs, Dan. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. But anyway, Dan's design and Hayla's design were fairly simple, so I felt like I could really, I felt really comfortable drawing them. And that's always nice because I always feel a little bit uneasy, especially when it's a boy that I'm coloring for the first time, but I had no problem with that. And this was just a really, really fun drawing to do. And I also got to try out a few things because, like I said, I've used Clip Studio Paint once before for an entire... Well, I've used Clip Studio Paint a lot for different illustrations. Like my last illustration I worked on, which is up on my DeviantArt, that is... I went back and forth constantly with Paint Tool SAI and Clip Studio Paint, but I still use Paint Tool SAI more, whereas this one I use Clip Studio Paint more, although I did go back and forth with them. But anyway, oh my goodness, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, another reason why it was a lot more funner to draw in Clip Studio Paint was because I've gotten way more of the hang of it. Like, the line art tool is something I thought only existed in Paint Tool SAI. I said it might exist in Clip Studio Paint, but I didn't know what it's called. It does exist. It's just called something different. It's called vector layers, and that was really fun to figure out. I figured it out sometime a couple of weeks ago, but yeah, that was really fun. And they actually work better because whereas Paint Tool SAI, you can only use their line art tool, which is like a normal pen set up to their standards. You can use any pen you want pretty much on vector layers, and it really is cool. And the ruler tools are also really nice because, like I said, when you're using the line art tool on Paint Tool SAI, you get those straight lines that you can adjust, but it always looks so stiff and unnatural, whereas for Paint Tool Clip Studio Paint, wherever you're using vector layer or a ruler, you're using your own brush, your own custom brush, and it feels really natural and smooth, and it doesn't look as stiff and pixely as it does in Paint Tool SAI. Yeah, so I'm doing the entire base coloring of this in Paint Tool SAI just because, like I said, I still haven't figured out how the selection source works, so I was just like, it would be a lot easier to do this just in Paint Tool SAI. But like I said, I wasn't as making it my iron rule in this that you can only use Paint Tool SAI because this wasn't a challenge. This was just me doing an art trade, and even though I did feel confident, I still wanted to make sure I get it looking up perfectly. I really like how Hayla's dress turned out. I made her an outfit. It was kind of like a one piece, not like a dress because it's got shorts, but it's like this one piece outfit. I think I had one of those at one time, or at least I was gonna buy one. And I wasn't sure what color to draw her jacket. I was gonna draw it yellow, but then I was like, it might have been too much yellow because, like, I'm not an expert at like color theory. In fact, I'm not an expert at it all, which is why I don't do that many tutorials, because if you were looking to me to teach you things, it would just be the blind leading the blind, and it would be awful. But anyway, yeah, so I've done a little study on color theory, so I know how to mix colors a little bit better. Like, I always hated when characters look like color disasters. and it really just annoys me. So I always do try to pick colors that are complementary to each other, or colors that will look good in illustration. So since this was just an illustration, I wanted to go for a pink jacket because, like I said, it would have been too much yellow. Anyway, a little enough. Well, now I'm just pretty much doing the color. I mostly use the brush labeled Potato Brush, which, like I said, comes from Hyann Potato Fun Pack. But I also use like the G pen and a few of the watercolor brushes. I forget which ones I use though. And I think I used the pencil ones. But I mostly stuck to using the potato brush because I was more following Hyann style and how she does it. But I was trying to make it my own. Like, I was doing things the way I would do them. But, yeah. Like I said, I'm a little bit more happy with how the liner turned out. But considering this was, like, my second time drawing in Clip Studio Paint entirely, for the most part, I think it turned out really nice. And I'm really happy with it. Yeah, so a little break on the drawing. I told you briefly in the beginning, I had an Instagram. I said I uploaded my drawings to Instagram or something like that. I don't know. I'll figure it out when I edit this video what I said. But anyway, I have an Instagram account. I also have a Twitter now. I honestly don't do much on Twitter because Twitter scares me because it's a dumpster fire. But I pretty much just got it to follow some other YouTubers and friends, but I'm not gonna do much on it. I mostly just, will upload my drawings to Instagram, but I got really aggravated. I actually got my Instagram a couple of weeks ago, but then I got really aggravated because you can only upload on Instagram from your phone and not your PC, and I upload from my PC. So to upload from Instagram, I have to upload the drawing to my phone and then upload it to Instagram, which is annoying. And plus, you can only do this like little size, and it is so annoying because I then have to like upload 2 posts together because you can upload up to 10 posts together. If you know Instagram, you know what I'm talking about. So I have to upload like several pictures just showing several pictures in the same post just to show the full drawing if it's not big enough. Yeah, so Instagram, not my favorite, but it is fun, and I have seen amazing artwork on it, and a few of my friends are more active on Instagram than they are on DeviantArt, which I don't blame them because Twitter is a dumpster fire, but DeviantArt ain't much better. I have faced some weirdos on DeviantArt, and I've also had friends who faced bullying and harassment on DeviantArt. So it's not the worst, but it ain't the best. Yeah. Like I said, once I knew who I was drawing from, once StarsDen told me who she wanted me to draw, I kind of had this entire plan. Because like I said, I kind of knew right away I wanted to put her in this kind of dress, and I wanted to make it like this not plaid, but like striped with green and blue stripes. And yeah, it turned out really nice, personally. I wasn't sure quite, I knew I was going to give her sandals, but I wasn't sure if I was going to put her in white sandals or brown sandals. In the end, I went was brown with this nice flower, hibiscus on it. And you can see me, I opened up my picture of Estate, who StarsDen's going to be drawing. And I haven't seen the finished drawing of that, but I've seen the sketch already, as of right now when I'm recording this audio. But I've seen the sketch, and yeah, she's drawn them amazing. And I forget if I already said this. I've actually had to record this audio several times, like usual, because I kept on messing up. That's not unusual for me to do. To record my audio over and over again, and I have to re-record things, so I kind of forget what I say. Also, I'm not sure if people know this. I'm not even going to talk about this much, but I do have severe acid reflux. That's silent acid reflux, and it's a real pain in the butt. And I'm not going to tell you much about it because that you wouldn't want to hear about it, but it does clog up my throat, so I always have to keep on doing that, or sometimes I just have to stop talking for a moment because my throat's giving out. Because, yeah, I don't really want to talk about it. It's gross. But anyway, so I'm almost done, and I gotta say, like, looking at this drawing again now and looking at the process, I think I did really good. I don't like to brag on my drawings that much, because usually when I come back to them, I'm like, this isn't good. Why did I think this is good? Why did I post this? But this one, even if I do come back to it and think that I could have done it better, I think it's really good just in the fact that I did this pretty much entirely in Clip Studio Paint. And the fact that I took the chance of doing it was an art trade, and I felt that confident in doing it. And I think I was right for feeling this confident, because I don't think I could do it that much differently if I was doing it just in Psy. And it was really fun to try out those brushes. So anyway, yeah. Thanks, StarsDen, if you're watching, for doing this trade. It means a lot to me. It always means a lot to me when my friends agree to do trades with me. And this was really fun. Your characters were so fun and relaxing to draw. And in fact, they were so fun to draw. That's the reason why I wanted to do Clip Studio Paint, because I felt so comfortable in drawing them, because they just had really nice, relaxing designs. And it was really fun. And if you haven't seen StarsDen, she's got a YouTube, she's got Instagram, she's got a DeviantArt. I will link those somewhere down below. And please check her out. She's really amazing. So anyway, yeah, this has been the drawing. I hope you enjoy, and thank you so much for watching. Okay, bye.